I would like to show you how to capture and immobilize the Daphnia that we're going to work with today in order to evaluate the relationship between their heartbeat rates and temperature and possibly some chemicals. So the first thing you need are a couple of depression slides. And this depression slide's a little different than a regular microscope slide. It's got a depression, a little indent right there. So I have two of those with their indents face up. And I've just dipped my toothpick in some Vaseline, and I just have a tiny bit on this toothpick right here, and I'm going to rub that onto one of these depression slides. And I don't need much, but it's going to act kind of like a little glue to capture the Daphnia. And that's all I need, just a little bit like that. Then I need to fish for the Daphnia. So you can see them swimming around in my culture dish. And I'm going to take a dropper. And what I want to do is I want to suck up several. You don't want to have a ton of water. I mean, obviously they're in a water culture, so it's hard not to have that water. But you want to suck up several, and you could do this a couple of times. And so I can see them swimming around in my dropper. What I want to do is I want to get several on my microscope slide here, because you never know which one's going to work well or which one's going to survive. So kind of look at my dropper, and hopefully they're going to be towards the bottom there. I'm going to drop my liquid onto my slide. And I don't know if you can really see them swimming on my slide, but I can see a couple moving around. Now I can see that the rest of them are kind of higher up in my dropper here. So I'm going to come over back to my culture dish and just get rid of some of the water, or you know what, I'm not sure I have any more Daphnia in there. I'm going to go back into my culture dish and try to suck up a few more, and then see if I can drop one or two on my slide. Now I have a lot of water on my slide. What I'm going to do is take my dropper and I'm going to suck up that excess water, but leave the Daphnia on there. So I'm sucking up the excess water, and the Daphnia are kind of getting caught in that Vaseline. So now I have several. Let's see if you can see anything on there. Yeah, they're the little kind of tannish items. Now, when you're in class, we're going to put this slide under the microscope, and we're going to make sure that the Daphnia are turned the correct way. We want them on their sides, so we're going to be able to see the hearts. I can't really show you that on the video here, but we can do that together in class. So once they're turned the right way and they're kind of stuck in the Vaseline, then you're going to take two rubber bands, place one like so, one like so. There we go. Then you'll take your second slide, flip it over, so now that the two depressions are close together, and the rubber band is creating a little bit of a gap between those slides. And then you just take the rubber bands and you are anchoring the two slides together by twisting the rubber band around the ends of your slide. And now this is ready to put into your water. So let me grab some water in my culture dish here. So now I have water in my culture dish. The way to insert your slides into there isn't just to plop them in like that, but rather to put them straight up and down. And as you put them in, then the air will come out, the water will go in, and then you slowly let it fall down. And now I'll move the camera here. And now your slide, oh my, where is that camera? There we go. Your slide is simply lying flush. You can probably see several of those little tan Daphnia, and that's what we're going to put this entire dish so it sits on the microscope slide. We're using a dissecting or a stereo microscope, not a compound microscope. And we'll find the Daphnia, and then we will record their temperature. We'll record their number of heartbeats, and then we'll add ice to our culture dish and lower the temperature about 4 or 5 degrees for a next trial. Find the heartbeat count, lower the temperature with more ice until we get down to pretty close to 0, and we'll have our data.